Hey guys, hopefully I don't have to keep stopping this and have to try to record it a million times, but this has kind of been my way of having therapy and releasing for the past few years. So Steven's dad is here right now. He's outside doing yard work, but he came here to tell us that he is putting the house on the market in 2 months and that we basically have to figure out what we're gonna do. And this is like I just said to Steven, I wish if this was his plan all along that he had told us from the get-go so that we would have known about this, because it was left as like, oh, you're possibly just gonna stay here and like take over everything. But now it's left as this, like, super bad timing because we're still behind on bills and everything. We have nothing saved to go anywhere. It's like killing me that he's not even taking Aiden into consideration. Like, all I'm worrying about is his school and everything, and like, we can't afford to stay in this town because the friggin' apartments here are ridiculous. It's like $1,500 a month for a 1-bedroom, and like, it doesn't sound like he's gonna help us at all. So after everything we done, like, I don't want to tell Steven I told you this was gonna happen because I knew this was gonna happen the entire time. Like, everything we went through, taking care of his grandmother and everything, I told him, I was like, we should have just left. We should have just left, and they would have had to put her in a nursing home earlier and pay for everything and figure it out on their own, because now this is what we get. This is like the thank you that we get. I don't want to sit here like blubbering the whole time like an idiot because I can't stop being upset right now. But I'm gonna have to sell everything. Like, my pop figures, I'm already inventorying them so that I can get them on eBay and doing everything I can to friggin' make money. I'm just like, I feel sick right now because like, he literally told us this morning and I felt sick to my stomach. I'm like shaking and trying to calm down, but I can't because I don't know what we're gonna do. I can tell you right now, I'm not paying the water bill or anything because all that stuff's still in his grandfather's name, so it's not gonna harm us any. I'm like wiping my face with a scratchy ass napkin. That's wonderful. So yeah, that's what's going on. This just made my weekend horrible, and freaking now I don't feel good, and I'm like trying to figure out what the hell we're gonna do. So figured I would do an update on that. It's just like, it came at the worst possible time. Like I said, I wish he had said this months ago. If this was his plan, why didn't he just say that to us instead of leaving it up in the air like it has been? So anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I can't even get work done today because I can't focus on anything. I can't think about anything other than this right now. So I'm just gonna try and do something to get my mind off of it, because so I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. I'll check in with you. So I'm going to take a bath right now, and this is probably not the best demo because I'm friggin' in the tub, but I've had this candy corn bath bomb sitting in the closet and didn't want to use it, but I figure I'm gonna use it today. It doesn't smell anything like the soap, Like, I love the candy corn soap, so hopefully once it's in the tub, it'll smell better, but here goes nothing. And I don't know what that little candy corn on top is made of. I guess it's not gonna float. Well, that's not exciting. I think I've only tried one bath bomb from Bath and Body Works before. Oh, that thing already fell off. Where is it? Whatever that candy corn was is already dissolved. This doesn't look like it's gonna color the water or anything. And it's definitely not a slow fizzing one because it's not floating and it's just fizzing, it's not foaming much. Which means it doesn't have any of the bubbly stuff in it, the SLSA. Yep, this is a super boring one, so this was no point in recording it, I guess. It's not even coloring the water. Like, I was expecting purpley water, unless there's something in the middle of this that's gonna give some color. Hey guys, so today is Monday. It's Monday morning. I look like shit. I haven't slept very good the past couple nights, as to be expected. If you start seeing more and more crap behind me in these videos, I now obviously have to start going through stuff, so it's probably gonna look super messy. But what did I want to talk about? If you can hear that noise, it's the heater's running because it's freezing this morning. But I can use my pig mirrors now. Steven knows about them. He was like, did you really have to get both? But Steven's dad left on Saturday after everything, probably around 5 o'clock. Just took off again, didn't say bye or anything, so I'm so over this, like, I'm so done with this. I can't get over the fact that I feel so used, you know? Like, I'm not gonna start crying again. I cried all day Saturday. Like, I haven't cried like that since my mom passed away, so it's like you get all those tears out and then you just feel numb. So I'm kind of in that state right now. Because, like, even Steven said yesterday, he's like, every time he's come down since Grandma died, which hasn't been very much in this past year, he's, like, in a horrible mood, like he's mad at him or something. And it's just like he's completely changed since it happened. And I want to be like, I don't want this to sound mean, okay? Because I lost my mom when I was 23, okay? I went through it. I know how bad it is. My mom was like my best friend. But there comes a point when you have to move on, because if you just dwell on it, it's going to eat you. But and it seems like a big factor in the reason he wants to get rid of this house. Oh, shit! I just lost the cap for that. Where did it go? What was I saying? It seems like a big reason for him wanting to get rid of the house so quickly is because he doesn't like coming here anymore, because it reminds him too much of her, and, like, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be like, get over it, but, you know, in a nicer way. Actually, I don't even really care right now because I'm not very fond of him right now. So it's just, it's a factor of that, and, like, all along they had been talking about, the original plan was, like, if he gets the house, which he ended up getting, he was going to take out a mortgage so that he'd get money. Take out a mortgage on this house so that he could still get money from it, and we would pay that off. because it's going to be hard for us to get approved for a mortgage. So that was going to be the plan. And now all of a sudden it's no, I don't want anything to do with this house. I don't want to do that. He said, like, we can't afford it. Like, okay, thanks. You're going to throw us out and leave us to our own devices, which we're never going to be able to afford anything. I'm like done with people. We will do everything on our own and don't want help from anybody anymore because it's pointless. You like do good things and are a nice person and then you get shit on. I also am not too worried about like having to be out of here in exactly 2 months, because I realized yesterday that his dad has never sold a house before. The only house he's ever owned is the one that he lives in now. So I don't think he really knows the entire process of everything that's going to be done, and this house needs so much work that if like he has someone come inspect while he's not here, I'm gonna show them everything. I'm gonna be like, the house needs a new roof. Come down into the basement. This floods over here every time there's a lot of rain. What else needs to be done? The deck needs all new stairs. The deck needs to be rebuilt completely, actually. The attic needs to be insulated, because you friggin' the air conditioning upstairs doesn't work that good in the summer because there's no insulation in the attic. And plus he wants to sell it in the middle of winter. Like, what the heck? Nobody's gonna... The housing market is so bad right now, especially in our town, because our taxes are gonna go up because they're building a new elementary school. Like, they voted to get it built. So everybody's like, I'm selling my house on the Facebook town page. So good luck trying to sell it super fast. That'll just give us more time to save some money and friggin', I don't know. I'm still like obviously very pissed off, but I'm gonna try not to be as upset about it as, I don't know, it's just, I know things aren't going to go as smoothly for him as he thinks. He seems to think that he's just going to put it on the market and it's going to sell right away. But I don't think anything like that will happen unless he like goes to one of those places that gives you like the rock bottom price for as is and doesn't make you do any changes or anything to the house, because like nobody's gonna walk in here and be like, yeah, I want this house, and not say, oh, you have to do this and this and this and this first. I think also the trees in this yard are gonna be a big factor, because there's a lot of dead trees. I'm always worried about a friggin' tree falling on something, but that's another factor. Pine trees, people don't like pine trees around here because I've already explained that. The pine needles and shit fall on your car every year this time of year, and they're all over everything. If you don't live where there's pine needles and stuff, pine needles get into your car and cause rot and everything. You have to keep picking them off every day and all the crevices. It's very annoying. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. I wanted to come on here and rant this morning because, I don't know, I've been looking for apartments and stuff, and like, it's funny, I've found some in the town where Steven works now, but like, then I gotta research the schools because I don't know how the schools are. I'm pretty sure that as long as we stay in Massachusetts, Aiden can still have his ABA therapy. I don't know if they'll change his therapist because I don't know how far she's willing to travel, but I recall the head guy saying that they do all of Massachusetts, so we can stay with that company. But as far as school goes, I don't If we ended up back in the city where we moved here from, I don't want him going to that school. I can tell you right now, it's a ghetto school. It's dangerous. I would have to put him in the private school, and that's super expensive. So all I could think of was maybe there's a way I can finagle it so that I use my grandma's address because she doesn't live far from the city. Make it look like we live there, and then he can go to, well, he can't go to the school I went to when I was little because they got rid of it. They closed that school, but one of the elementary schools in that town. I don't know, I'm trying to think of everything, and Aiden is my main priority, so it's like, I just really fucked up my eyeliner. That's the main thing I'm thinking of, and it's making me ill. Now my eyes are watering. I remembered my eye drops this morning. But, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. I'm having my uncle come and take Aiden's swing set out of the backyard. I don't know when he's gonna come do that, but hopefully put it in my grandma's yard so that he'll still be able to play with it. He's gonna be friggin' devastated. He loves that thing. But I'm not leaving it here. Like, everybody wants to be petty. I'm gonna take everything that's ours. Nothing's staying here. He's gonna take the lawnmower, the snowblower after snow season is done. Like, I'm not leaving anything here for him to take or sell or anything. So if we end up at an apartment and we don't have to do friggin' yard work anymore, we'll sell that stuff and get money for it. This whole situation just sucks. His dad is such a freaking asshole. I don't understand why he let us on for so long. It's like, he was nice to us so that we'd take care of his mother and keep her out of a nursing home for as long as we did, but now it's like we're useless, so bang off, I don't need you anymore. I've said it a billion times, but the thing I can't stand the most is that he does not care about Aiden, and it's blatantly obvious. And I've said it a bajillion times. Even my grandma noticed it, and she's never here. She never sees him. She's seen him like a handful of times at like Aiden's birthdays and stuff, which he totally ignored this year. Didn't even say happy birthday to him, send him a birthday card, anything. But she was like, yeah, when I first met him, when you guys first had Aiden, he was all about him and holding him all the time and stuff. And then it was like, after Aiden got diagnosed with autism, he wanted nothing to do with him anymore. And that is terrible. Like, how can you be like that to your own grandchild? He's friggin' always posting pictures of his other grandkid, which like isn't even blood. The other grandkid is his stepdaughter's kid. But he's like the greatest thing because they're so awesome and they make so much money and blah, 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 blah. Which I'm not saying like, you know, what's the saying? Blood is thicker than water. Like, I have friends who are not blood who are like sisters to me. I get it. It doesn't have to be blood related. I'm just saying the other kid is like the best thing in the world and Aiden is trash to him. So I'm gonna start getting upset again, and I don't want to do that because I have to go take Aiden to school. I have to go. I didn't want to have to go grocery shopping today. I have to go to the store because my uncle called me and was like, if you find broccoli and cheese, can you get it? Because I couldn't find any. And I'm like, I just went to the store to get all the stuff that I thought I needed for Thanksgiving. So I gotta do that today real quickly. But other than that, I have a bunch of orders. Oh, thankfully. My holiday collection got mentioned on Jen Loves Reviews channel on her Sunday makeup show, and she was laughing. She loved the names, apparently, of all the products, so I got a lot of orders from that, and she doesn't watch my videos. She doesn't know what a shitty weekend I had, so that made it a little bit better. I saw it last night. My friend Steph told me, hey, you're on the makeup show, so I had to go check it out. So yeah, that made me feel a little better yesterday. But I have to go I'll check in either later or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Aiden has his ABA therapy tonight. I don't want to have to tell her this whole situation today because whenever I talk about it, I start crying. So maybe Stephen will be home before she leaves so he can tell her, and I'll just be like, I'm sorry, I couldn't start talking about it because it gets me too upset. But I will talk to you guys later or tomorrow. God, I feel like this entire week's vlog is just gonna be me sitting here doing my makeup in the mornings, but I need to dye my hair again so bad, and I've been thinking of changing the color, but the fact that I've been doing it black for so long, like my natural hair color is like a dark brown anyway, but I'm getting little grays now and it's annoying, so that's why I've just been doing darker colors. But I don't know, when I get super stressed I want to change my hair and it's not always the best idea, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might do like either the underneath or like the ends purple. I'm thinking purple, because as much as I loved blue, I think my favorite hair I've ever done is when I had all blue. But that was so much upkeep to keep it from being like an ugly greenish color when it rinsed out, like when it started washing out and fading. And it was impossible to get it all out. Like, it took me forever before I didn't see any blue in my hair. Even I dyed it black after that, and I've had black hair ever since. And I kept seeing like little spots. So not gonna do blue again as much as I want to. In other news, this is the best lip balm I've ever found. My lips were getting super chapped to like the point they were painful. That happens every year this time of year when it starts getting like super cold, and then we have to run the heat all the time because it's really dry down here, even with a humidifier. So I got one of the Jack Black ones because I always hear really good things about this. And this is the grapefruit. They have a bunch of different flavors, but it smells really good, and it's like, it's a really thick lip balm, but it's not sticky. So it just makes your lips feel really good, especially if you put it on before bed. You wake up and your lips are like perfect. So that's my new favorite. I'm just gonna slap some makeup on. I went to the store yesterday, so I don't need to go to the grocery store today. So, friggin' ColourPop. Friday they released a butterfly palette, and then yesterday they released 3 like bird-related palettes. They're getting insane. I don't want to buy them right now, but I'm trying to get my views on YouTube, well, my watch minutes, up to 4,000, because I can't like make money off AdSense right now because I don't have enough views, enough watch time. I have enough subscribers, but I don't have enough watch time since they changed the rules and everything. So the ColourPop videos are the ones people watch most for some reason, I guess, to see the swatches of all the colors and everything. So I might just get the new ones just because I need to get my watch time up. It's gonna be 4,000 minutes in the past, was it 12 months, I think? And I have like 3,600, so I need 400 more watch minutes. So stupid. But anyway, I'm doing like a mix. Speaking of ColourPop, kind of trying to mix my Coconuts palette with the Anna palette. See, I've been using these, and now I feel like I'm neglecting my Shane and Jeffrey palette because I love using that one. I used that one like nothing but that for 2 weeks straight. After using all these a few times, I definitely am still sticking by it that I like the Anna one more than the Elsa. It's just colors I would gravitate towards more. I like blues and wintry looks and stuff, but that blue in the Elsa palette is horrible. So this is definitely my favorite of the two. But I'm going to be super busy this week because, like I said, my holiday collection got mentioned on the Jen Loves Reviews channel, and I got a ton of orders yesterday. Well, like overnight yesterday, so the day before, when she put the video up. And now I'm out of empty pallets, so I needed to order more, and I hate how long, like, they're not going to be here till next Tuesday, so I'm praying that people don't start getting angry at me. I have a thing on my website that says, right now, because of the holiday, the turnaround time is 8 to 10 business days, so, like, the way I do it, the shadows are all made already, but I don't put them in the empty pallets because I can't afford to buy like 100 empty pallets and have them all pre-made. So like I never know which ones people are gonna order. So I have the shadows made and then I put the shadows into the empty pallets once people order them, and I ran out of empty pallets. So that's my biggest cost, are the empty pallets. They're freaking expensive when you have to buy, even buying them in bulk, and I only order like 12 at a time lately anyway. Like I haven't had a lot of extra cash to be able to keep them massively stocked. Like there was a company that I used to order them from that went out of business, and they had a huge sale, so I spent like $200 on just empty pallets, and I was well stocked for a while. But the pallets are selling again. They weren't selling for a while, and now I'm like, I need to order a bunch of them. So I gotta put a bunch of the money that I made from these sales back into it because I have to get more empty pallets. And I don't want to like put them out of stock again. They were out of stock for a while because I didn't have any when Steven was out of work and stuff, and it's just tough having to buy so many of them at once. Like I have to stop working in a little bit because Aiden's ABA therapist is coming. He had a half day today, so I didn't send him to school. Big whoop. He hasn't, what's he missed, like 2 days so far this year, so that's not bad at all. I wasn't worried about sending him today because it was only going to be for 3 hours, and I had so much stuff to do. So she's going to be here at, I think 12:30, she said. Doesn't really matter because he didn't go to school, so if she comes earlier than that, it's okay. They were both supposed to come. I think I've mentioned before that, I don't know if I have explained it. Her boss, that is like the head of their whole company, usually came like once a month to check in, and he wanted to come more often all the time, so he's hired more people. So now instead of him coming, it's another girl, and she's going to come once a week. So she was supposed to come today with his regular therapist, but she texted me and said she wasn't going to be able to make it. So it's just his regular therapist coming. And I'm going to ask her because she used to do like what she does now, but in schools. Like in Aiden's classroom, he has an ABA therapist, like someone that's trained in that and is in the classroom all the time with them. So she used to do that. Oh, I got another order I didn't know about. She used to do that in Massachusetts, so she's worked in a lot of different schools, and I want to ask her, like, in your opinion, what are the other good school districts for special needs kids? Because I know she's talked about before, like, when I tell her stuff that he's doing in school, and like he has speech therapy a couple times a week, and he does occupational therapy, and he doesn't do physical therapy anymore. That was just preschool, and then they said he didn't need it because he can walk fine and doesn't have any issues with that. But and especially with the ABA, like I know I go on and on about this, and I feel like maybe not a lot of people know what I'm talking about, but if you look up ABA therapy, which is Applied Behavior Analysis, I always forget exactly what it stands for, but that's like been proven to be the most effective, not cure for autism because there is no cure for it, but the most effective thing to like help kids improve, and I fully believe that, because like when he started, before he started preschool, he could not talk. Like, he was still babbling, and I'm sure you guys who have watched me for a long time know that because you saw it in my videos. And like, the journey from like starting preschool, and then I want to say it was halfway through, so they're talking about it, halfway through his second year of preschool, he started school, like the what is it called, the early intervention program, before he started ABA, because we were on waiting lists for everything. We were on a waiting list to go to Boston to get his like official diagnosis and everything, and we were on a waiting list afterwards. After he had that done, they recommended this company to us that sends the ABA therapists to your house. So we were on a waiting list for that for like a year. So he was in school up until then. He had started school and everything because his doctor recommended that we get him in a program to like interact with other kids and everything as early as possible. So he started that, like he had like half a year and then a full year of preschool and everything because he started so early. And just like, you can see his improvement from when he started everything to now. Like, he can say full sentences, he can ask me for stuff. I'm not like guessing what's wrong with him if he gets hurt or anything anymore. And it's just like, I don't know what I'm going on and on about here. I'm just saying I want to make sure that whatever school he ends up going to is going to have the same, like, yes, you're being a good boy, is going to have the same like stress on how important it is to have like the ABA therapist in the room and everything, because his ABA therapist has told me there's been schools she knows of and everything that doesn't even have that in the classrooms, and that scares the crap out of me because I know that's in lower income areas, and I know that's where we're gonna end up having to go. Because I was looking at apartments again last night, and like $1,000 a month is gonna be really pushing it for us. But like the places in town that have the rent that's actually that low, I can't believe I'm even saying that low because that's really high to pay every month for frigging rent. There's 2 places in this town that have rent in that price range, and neither of them have any openings right now. So like, that's out of the question unless someone moves out. But one of them's like right near his school, and the other one's a few streets over. So I don't know. It's just it's been super discouraging trying to look in this town because there's nothing. There was one room in someone's house for $700 a month. That's insane to me. That's more than what we paid for our last apartment monthly. It's just like, we live in a college town, and you would think that the rent would be lower around here because like college kids can't afford that, but apparently not. That's one thing I've never liked about this, like, not neighborhood, but the town. It's all like ritzy people, so that's why everything is high and friggin', that's why Steven's dad can't wait to get money for this house. But he's definitely not going to get what he thinks he's going to get for it. Like, I don't know why he thinks he's going to get top dollar what it's appraised for, because they walked around and did an appraisal, like, it was before his grandma passed away. She was still living here when they had the house appraised. But they literally like walk around outside, and then they just like walk up and down the hallway, take a peek downstairs, and that's it. They're not like inspectors. They don't go and look and say, oh, you need to fix this in the basement, the bathroom needs to be redone, and blah 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 blah. Like, the downstairs bathroom, the ceiling is like caved in on one side, it needs to be replaced. There's so much crap that needs to be done. But yeah, so I haven't had much luck finding anything yet. Like, we can't technically be looking for stuff right now because we don't have the money right now to move out. I would like to do it as soon as possible, especially because I don't want to have to deal with his father anymore. Like, I'm so pissed off about this entire situation. If we had the money, I would already have been looking at apartments, like physically going there and looking. But alas, we can't do that right now, so it's kind of like I've been trying to make myself not look as much because I don't want to find something that's like, oh, this is awesome, we need to jump on it, and we can't because we can't afford it right now. But I'm trying to stay calm about it and not worry about the fact that he said the end of January, because I know that nothing's gonna move that fast. Like, nobody wants to buy a house at this time of year. There's so much crap that needs to be done before anybody's gonna like even work with him to try and sell this house, unless, like I said, he's just gonna go to one of those people that's like, okay, I'll pay you bottom dollar for this and we'll sell it as soon as possible, as like a contractor special or something. So I've just been trying not to worry that much about it. So it is the end of the day. Well, it's like 6 p.m., but it feels like it's 9 o'clock out because it's pitch black outside. But I talked to Aiden's therapist today to tell her about us having to move and everything, and like how I'm worried about him having to switch schools and everything. So she gave me a few ideas to look into, but like even she said that like the schools that do work with ABA therapists and stuff and have them in the classrooms like what he has, some of them are still not that great because like they'll either, she said it can go like one way or another, where they would take a kid like him and just put him in with all the other special needs kids, which is not a good thing because like the way that his school does it is so good because they have so many different special ed classes by like, how do I want to say this without being like skill level, I guess is the best way to describe it, so that like he is in with kids of the same learning abilities and stuff as him, as opposed to like going to a school where they don't care about that and they're just gonna throw him in a room with kids that like whack themselves or whack other people and everything. And she said like she's seen that where a kid like him will pick up all those habits from seeing those other kids do it, and like I'm like, oh god, I don't need that. Like I don't want him to pick up habits like that, like violence and stuff. He doesn't have any violent tendencies, and I know a lot of autistic children can. And or like the other side of the spectrum, she was like, or they could look at him and put him in like a regular typical classroom, neurotypical classroom, and then he won't be able to keep up and he'll fail everything. So this is all stuff I wish that we could talk to his dad about, but honestly, Steven's father does not give a shit. So I'm looking into stuff now that she suggested to me. There's programs and stuff that you can apply for if your income is under a certain limit, and like in our town the limit is $113,000 a year. We don't make anywhere near that, so I think we're well below the limit to apply for it, and they can like help you get a mortgage that you can afford, and like that's what I'm looking into now. So I'm trying to look into that because I would really, I sound like a broken record saying the same thing over and over, but like if we're gonna have to pay like $1,500 a month in rent, I would rather just have a mortgage and have a house, because there's no way in hell we can get an apartment unless it's a first floor apartment, which are really, really hard to get because everybody wants the bottom floor. And that's mainly because he jumps around in pounds and stuff. Like we say all the time, Stephen and I are always joking about, can you imagine if we were still in our old apartment on the 3rd floor with the bottom floor was an old couple, and then the middle floor, it was only 3 floors in our old apartment. There was only 3 apartments in that building. And there was an old lady on the middle floor. So we're always like, can you imagine if we still lived there? They'd be telling us we had to leave because Aiden makes too much noise. Like you can hear him clapping and stuff. That would drive anybody insane. So I'm trying to stay away from apartments as much as I possibly can. But it's so hard when you don't have enough money saved for a down payment anywhere. So like that's why I'm looking into this stuff that she suggested, because she said she was looking into it herself. So that's where we're at now. You guys, I can't make this shit up. I woke up this morning to look, I ran out of bed to come up here and get on my computer because the first thing I did was look at my phone, and it said I had a bunch of PayPal notifications. You have paid Facebook. You have paid Facebook. You have paid Facebook. Somebody fucking hacked into my PayPal, my Facebook business page, and used it to charge $425 worth of ads to my PayPal account, which was linked to my Facebook, because I had a couple of times I did Facebook ads for my business page. So I just had to report it to Facebook. I reported it to PayPal. It hasn't, because it's a holiday today and it was through PayPal, it hasn't showed up on my bank statement yet. I'm gonna go to the bank tomorrow too. I don't know what the hell to do. This has never happened to me before, and this is the worst possible time for this to happen, because I don't even have that in our bank account right now. And I don't know how long these things take to get resolved. Like, I have proof that it wasn't me. I had a notification that said, have you logged into Facebook from somewhere else, because whoever the hell did it was not around here. And it was all like advertisements for friggin' just like scooters and stuff, just random shit that doesn't have anything to do with my business. I have to laugh because I can't even believe that this is happening right now. And now like Facebook's not even working correctly. So I changed everything. I had to change my passwords. I put it so that you can't log in unless you get a verification code through my phone number. Not sure how well that's gonna work or anything, because somebody still managed to get in. Fuck, I can't even believe that this is happening right now. Hey guys, I'm sorry I didn't film anything from Thanksgiving yesterday. It's not like we did anything exciting. We went to my grandma's like we do every year, but I was just so upset yesterday about the fraud thing on our account. We went first thing this morning to the bank. Well, actually, last night PayPal had sent me a reply saying that they were denying my claim that it was fraudulent activity because, how did they word it? Because my Facebook account had been hooked up to my PayPal for Facebook advertisement, that was considered a pre-authorization, as in like I'm telling them they can charge me anytime they can charge my PayPal account anytime I sign up for Facebook ads. So because this person hacked my account and did it as me, they're saying they couldn't do anything about it. So I was like, yeah, we just need to tell the bank all this so that they can take care of it. And the lady at the bank is so nice. We've dealt with her before, like when we opened our account and stuff, and then when we opened an account for Aiden and everything, like his savings account. So she said they have to wait until it hard posts to the account, like it's actually taken out of my account, which is like, ugh. But then that'll be either tomorrow morning or Monday morning that happens, and as soon as I see that, to go back to the bank so they can take care of it, because they're gonna mark it as fraud, and I should get the money back right away. So thank God this is not gonna be like a 2-week thing. Like I had posted about it on Facebook freaking out, and people were like, oh yeah, the last time somebody charged something on my card, I had to wait like 10 days for it to go back into my account. And I'm like, I can't do that because my account's gonna keep getting overdrawn and stuff. Like I have so much stuff linked up to like auto payments, like it automatically takes out our internet bill, it automatically takes out our phone bill and all that stuff, and that's all coming up this week. So it'll just keep hitting me with overdraft fees if that happens, so I don't want to do that. But that part, that is taken care of. Like I don't have to worry about that right now. I'm hoping that it'll post tomorrow morning so we can go, because our bank is open till noon on Saturdays, Or is it 1? I think it's open till 1 on Saturdays. So we'll be able to get that taken care of tomorrow, I really hope. So I don't have to wait till Monday to do this. But, I was just like, I felt sick yesterday and I didn't want to eat. And then I like stress ate. So I was so fat and bloated last night. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick. It's just, it has been one thing after another lately. And I had to laugh yesterday because I'm like, worst possible timing. This is the first time this has ever happened to me where like something has been fraudulent on my account, and like of all times for this to happen, it had to be and on Thanksgiving of all days. It's just ridiculous. Like, God, why does the universe have it out for me lately? So I'm probably gonna go, because today is Friday, I'm gonna go edit this vlog and get it up and just have this horrible week be over with. I hope. But yeah, I was adamant about, oh, I don't want to pay the oil bill because it's so expensive and blah 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 blah. I've got to pay the oil bill because I realized that the last time they filled our tank, they're on like auto delivery the way that his grandma had it set up, so they come like once a month and fill it with whatever it needs to be filled with, like whatever amount, and then we pay a set amount every month for it. But I realized the last time they came was August, and I don't know why. I think they come like every couple months actually, and except in the wintertime they come more often than that. But yeah, the last time they filled it was August, so I'm like, we're gonna end up running out of oil, and I don't want to be freezing, so now I've got to pay that freaking bill, and I don't want to. So yeah, I gotta pay that and have the oil tank filled, and that's gonna be like, that's gonna just drain us for this week, and then I still have to finish Christmas shopping. I'm glad everybody in my life knows what's going on and that it's gonna be like a tiny Christmas this year, because crap, I keep getting hit with one thing after another. It's craziness. But yeah, I'm gonna go edit this and get it up. I'll probably set it to upload like Monday morning, because that's usually when I put my weekly vlog up. But I just want to get that out of the way so I can relax. Actually, I can't relax right now because I have a ton of work to get done. I need to go use my Cricut machine because I've got to cut labels and stuff, so I don't want to have that running while I'm talking because it's really loud right next to the phone speaker thing, the speaker on the phone. So I'm gonna go watch some YouTube videos and catch up because I have like 3 days worth of videos I haven't watched. And that's pretty much it. So I will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully next week will be better. This was a terrible week. Oh my geez. So please send me good vibes, send us good vibes, my entire family, because we've been going through it lately. But I will talk to you guys next week.